And this offense is running away with this one. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So that drive, 4 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Call it the 26.
Titans take over 1st and 10.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots, now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 31, Tannehill. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save? That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. Back to throw, Tannehill. Steps away to his left. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Look at this.
Don't worry about it, baby.
Field,
I ain't worried about it. Let's
go. Touchdown, Cowboys. Blake Bell, 50 yards. And this offense continues to pour it on.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Zuerlein now for the... PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Pulls it in at the 30. Now a hit and a loose football.
Fumbled on the play. Recovered by the kicking team.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
The kicking team.
And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make up. On his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role?
That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
Lead to Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Cowboys continue to pour it on. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Zuerlein now for the PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it.
To kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 30.
Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to Find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, and it could get worse. That catch good for only a couple. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
2 yards on the pick.
Throwing again on second down. Tannehill.
44-yard line.
His throw incomplete. Derrick Henry, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's third down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing again is Tannehill. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Tannehill's good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
26-yard line.
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a 3rd person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not.
And he'll take it into the end.
Number 88.
CeeDee Lamb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys add on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Titans take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Tannehill. Over the middle to Smith. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Tannehill on first down. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he loses the football a second time. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Pass complete. Fumble on the play. Recovered by Dallas.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's...
And this is taken in at the 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a fine first half from Dak Prescott. His guys have just about put this one on ice already. As for the call of the second half, we turn things back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Greg